Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Nandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Hari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Mishrapat Paramahansa Parivajagacharya Ashtota Sata Krishna Kupamurti Nitya Vishnu Mishrapat Paramahansa all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious Shri Guru and Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatodaya Udiryet Nashtaprayashu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Shrevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 7, verse number 41. Parthiveshu iha deheshu pravishtastat guna ashraya gunairna yunjate yogi gandher vayur ivat madrik. Parthiveshu iha deheshu pravishtastat guna ashraya gunairna yunjate yogi gandher vayur ivat madrik. Parthiveshu iha deheshu pravishtastat guna ashraya gunena yunjate yogi Gandhir Vayu Rivatmadrik. Listen, Prabhu. Word. Word to word meaning. Parthiveshu, composed of earth and other elements. Iha, in this world. Deheshu, within bodies. Pravishta, having entered. Tata, of them. Guna, the characteristics, qualities. Ashraya, having assumed. Gune, with those qualities. Nayunjate, does not entangle himself. Yogi, a yogi. Gandhe, with different odors. Vayu, the air. Eva, just as. Atmadrik, he who can himself, he who can see himself properly as separate from this matter. Translation and purport by the disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Although a self-realized soul may live in various material bodies while in this world, experiencing their various qualities and functions, he is never entangled, just as the wind which carries various aromas does not actually mix with them. Purport. Although we experience the wind as a fragrant or foul, depending on the aromas it carries. 11.7.41. Okay, I'm reading the purport by the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Although we experience the wind as a fragrant or foul, depending upon the aromas it carries, the wind does not in fact change its actual nature. Similarly, although we regard a particular person as a strong or weak, intelligent or retarded, beautiful or homely, good or bad, the pure spirit soul, who is the actual person, does not really possess any of the qualities of the body, but is merely covered by them, just as the wind is covered by different aromas. Thus, a Krishna-conscious person is always aware that he is different from the temporary body. He experiences the various transformations of the body, such as childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and old age. But although he experiences the pains and pleasures, qualities, and functions of that body, a Krishna-conscious person never thinks that he is the body. He always understands that he is an eternal spirit soul, part and parcel of Lord Krishna. As stated in the verse, Na yunjate yogi, he is not entangled. The conclusion is that one should never consider a Krishna-conscious person in the terms of bodily designations, but should see him as an eternal servitor of the Lord. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshur Unmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sagna Raghunatha Tavintam Tam Sajivam Shadvaitam Shavadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Shagana Lilita Shvishaka Nitansha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinbandho Jagatpate Gopeshra Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanushute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataru Bhakshakupa Sindhupe Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivash Adi Gaur Bhaktunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishwapadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishishunnivad Pashyada Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachala Pangum Lam Garet Girim Yatakopatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dintarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Good morning, devotees. First of all, I apologize that I didn't came from the morning program. Usually it doesn't happen like that. I'm not trying to be egoistic, but it was extensive traveling from last 3 days. And the reason I'm sharing this because I am not supposed to sit on the Vyas Asana. Prabhupada said that anybody who's not attending the morning program should not sit on the Vyas Asana. And I'm proudly sitting on the Vyas Asana. So I have no qualification to sit on the Vyas Asana, even if I'm attending the morning program. What to talk about not attending the morning program? But my body was not responding me well yesterday. It was very, very extensive travel. It was like 70 hours of driving in 3 days. The day is 72 hours. The 3 days is 72 hours. I drove like 70 hours in 3 days. And technically 4 or 5 hours of sleep in 3 days. So my body was completely like, no, you need to take rest. But the only reason I'm sitting on the Vyasasana is only for my purification, so that my heart become pure of all the dirty, coal-like things, and I can appreciate the presence of Vaishnavas, deities, and my Guru Maharaj's service and Srila Prabhupada's service, and I become more pure and at least more dedicated and more focused on my service. That's only the intention I'm sitting on the Vyasasana and trying to share some of my realization. Also, I didn't get any time to look at the verse also, so I don't know what I'm going to speak about this verse. But a couple of points really I appreciate in this purport is that the Krishna conscious person is not aware of the bodily conscious, his bodily matter, the bodily things. Na yujate sada atmastir, tada buddhi tada ashraya. Bhagavad Gita says that he's not, although he's aware of the bodily functions, but he's not too much concerned with the bodily needs. I'm remembering that verse in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yatha akasha sthito nityam vayu sarvatra go mahan tatha sarveshu bhuteshu. What is that last one? Yatha prakashayati eka krishnam lokam imam ravi. Krishnam Krishna. That is a verse in 13th chapter that although vayu, the breeze, carries the aroma when it goes to the fragrant place, it also carries the foul smell when it carries to the garbage place. So it's not a fault of vayu, but there is a fault of the place. So similarly, a Krishna conscious person experiences many changes in his body, in his functions day to day, but still he's conscious, but he's not giving too much attention to those bodily needs. Of course, we are not saying that we should not give attention to the bodily needs, but his main focus is how to serve Krishna better and better every day. For example, we have a example of Uddhava in Canto 3. He was getting old. Every day was getting old, but his service attitude was increasing. What is that verse? Kalena jarasham grashta. There's a beautiful verse in Bhagavatam, Canto number 3. Katham sakatham sevaya tasya kalena jarasham grata prishtorvatam pratir bhuryad bhartur padava anushmaran. Prabhupada writes, the translation goes like this way, that sakalena jarasham grashta, that due to the influence of time, the body of Uddhava was getting old. Every day his body was getting old and he was invalid at one point. But his remembrance of Krishna was increasing day by day. Usually, the bodily deterioration is directly proportional to the function which you carries on every day to day life. When your body become invalid and old, the government give retire means you got to retire from the job, you get your social security, you get your Medicaid and Medicare, and you live happily. That's how the world function. Because after 60 years, it's been approved and it's been qualified by the government of America, as well as the Indian government, that you cannot work. Your body is not suitable to work more than 60 years because work is so hard. That's what they say. You'll sit on the computer every day, 15 hours, or whatever job you're doing. It's hard job. So after 60 years, the government give you a chance to retire, where you can live your rest of the life with the family members, read newspaper, drink a nice tea, go for a walk. And this is needed because yukta ahara vihara shayukt cheshtasa karmashu. Body is a machine, so even government approves that you should not work after 60 years. But here is Uddhava. He was getting old and old, but his service for Krishna was increasing. So in Krishna consciousness, the age doesn't matter. Age is just a number. More old you are is inversely proportional to the service you carry on. It's not directly proportional. More age you have, the more your service attitude to Krishna become condensed day by day. We all have experienced that when we join Krishna consciousness, we have that attitude of service, our sadhana was there, everything was there. But now it's increasing day by day. It's amazing to see that where we were before 15, 20 years, and where we are at this point in the life. Although we are conscious of the bodily designation and bodily functions, but still our more focus is how can I keep my body fit so I can serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada, and how can I serve the deities much better and better. So that's the consciousness of a Krishna conscious person. Even though he is old, but his focus to serve the mission of Prabhupada increased day by day. We have a good example of Srila Prabhupada, that how did he give his life. He was working till the end of a life, till the end of like 78 years. In fact, at one point, he was supposed to retire, but everything was going smooth. But he didn't retire at all. His service increased many times, many folds more and more. And nobody is forcing us, nobody is paying us over here to do the service. In the material world, you get a pay where they pay you to work hard at the end of the day to meet your daily needs. But it's funny, it's not even funny, it's wonderful to see that how in Krishna conscious world, nobody is paying anyone, but still devotees are waking up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning, jumping in the Mangala Aarti, or just doing deity worship. One of the businessmen, he was traveling in the entire world. This is a live example how a Krishna conscious person is so systematic and so disciplined. What Prabhupada has given us is to make us a perfect gentleman and perfect gentle lady. How our movement is so disciplined that everybody is so attracted to this movement. There was one businessman, and he was traveling in the entire world. He was a millionaire. And his daily focus was wherever he is in the world, he will go to whatever temple is close. So if he's traveling to Germany, he go to the Hamburg temple. If he's traveling to Canada, he go to Toronto or wherever the temple is near. And he was not a devotee, but the only thing he was appreciating about Krishna consciousness, that wherever I go, at 4 o'clock, the temple is open, 4:30, and every temple in the world, whether it's India or Germany or Canada or Italy or whatever country you name of, Fiji, wherever, at 4:30 the temple doors are open and Pujari is performing the Aarti.
So that's the discipline we learn from Krishna consciousness, from the Srila Prabhupada movement. So the verse says that even though the self-realized souls, like a Krishna conscious person, uh, we don't have to underestimate ourselves. At the same time, we don't have to overestimate ourselves. The moment we join Krishna consciousness, it's a point we are starting our self-realization. Moment we start the bhakti process is a point where we are the Brahma Bhuta platform. So that's amazing to understand that how people take years and years to come to that platform, yogis and jnanis, and what to talk about karmis. They spend like millions and millions of years to reach at the stage of Brahma Bhuta, and then they stop at that phase. But our relationship with Krishna, our process start at the level of Brahma Bhuta. So even a sadhaka who is joining the temple and starting the sadhana process, he is starting from Brahma Bhuta platform. It's amazing to see. So because we all are at the level of, or Prabhupada has given that qualification that we all are coming at the level of Brahma Bhuta, our qualification to bypass or to bypass that lower level of consciousness, it's completely advantageous to us to put at that level where we can function beyond the bodily level. Any service we do in Krishna consciousness is beyond the bodily level, whether we may or may not recognize it. We might feel that I'm doing this service from 30, 40, 20, 30 years or 15, 20 years, but I'm not getting any realization. Why? If you're not getting a realization, why we are sitting here, first of all. And second thing, that we may not understand, but devotee in front of us can see that how steadily this Prabhu is doing the service. Like for example, Jitendra Prabhu. 50 years, 55 years in one temple. It's not a joke, Prabhu. I was like, whenever I see Jitendra Prabhu, I don't think he's not going back to Godhead. He's definitely going back to Godhead. Raktak, we never give importance to Raktak. Raktak is serving this temple from like 25, 30 years. Nobody even knows Raktak. But he's doing this service from 30 years. So that is a qualification of devotee, steady. And although people know him or doesn't know him, but his service is continuously going on. His relationship with Krishna is always fixed up, and he's knowing what he's doing in this internal rasa. Doesn't matter whether devotee knows or not whether his internal rasa is fixed up with Krishna, but moment we start our service, the internal rasa is fixed up. Halladini Shakti is playing important role in that function. It's just a matter of time where we understand who are we in relation with Krishna. Our Swarupa will be revealed. But the real Swarupa is Jivere Krishna Hai Nitya Krishna Dasa. That is a main Swarupa of Krishna, that we all are a servant of Krishna. Even in the spiritual world, the gopis are servant of Krishna. Mother Yashoda is serving Krishna as a child. She is trying to beat Krishna, but she is in one sense Krishna's servant. So we all are the servant of Krishna. It's just a matter of time that when our Swarupa will be revealed. But so the point I'm sharing this thing, because we may not know who we are, what is our service, why we are doing this thing. But the beauty is that if we continue doing till the end of the life, doesn't matter whether we know our Swarupa or not, we are already back to Godhead. We are already back to Godhead. Point is that we are getting so much mercy in doing our service, so much of a... First of all, we cannot do our service as long as the Krishna's mercy is not there. We cannot do our service as long as the mercy of Vaishnavas are not there. The point that we are continuing with our service for even a 1 day or 2 days or 10 years or 15 years, whatever, or 20 years or 55 years, is just by the mercy of Vaishnavas and Krishna. And point that Krishna is allowing you to do the service is that you're already fixed up your relation with Krishna, and Krishna appreciates that relationship, and it's just we have to continue it for 1 life, 2 life, maybe 10 life, 15 life. Your service is not going to change. And it just in a few, it's a matter of time, again I'm telling that your Swarupa will be revealed. So yeah, we are not yogi, that we sit at one place and focus on Krishna and meditate on Krishna. We are a bhakti yogis, where we work hard for Krishna. Working hard doesn't mean we don't work with intelligence. We work with intelligence. And the intelligence is how to increase the movement, how to increase this Krishna consciousness, how we can spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world, so we can make people more and more Krishna conscious, God conscious. We are not fanatic Christians where we are saying that come to Krishna conscious, you go to hell. No, Krishna never said this. Krishna in fact gives very great options to you. Yanti deva vrita devan pritrinyanti prativrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti mad yagnopi mam. If you worship me, you will come to me. If you worship demigods, you go to demigods. If you worship ghost, you go to ghost. If you worship pitris, forefather, you go to pitris. So Krishna is very accommodating. We are not saying that you come to us or go to hell. What we are saying is that whoever you are, be strong in that faith. It's a very generic movement. So that's the beauty of this movement, that our focus is to make the person God conscious. Our focus is working hard every second of the life to bring that soul back to Krishna, because every day is a day of deterioration. Every day the day is deteriorating. Every single second counts in this world. Because Kali Yuga is so condensed, so condensed. If we don't use this every second to bring these people to Krishna conscious, or make us Krishna conscious, then we are not using the time in a proper way. We are enjoying temple life, we are enjoying deities, we are enjoying prasadam, but at the same time devotees are also conscious that we have to work hard. For example, last week I was talking with Hari Bhakti Prabhu that can you drop me to the dealers, and he gave me a schedule. Prabhu, 1 o'clock I have to go there, 2 o'clock I have to go there, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like very impressed. And this is the quality of devotee, that he never miss a single opportunity to work, to use his body, temporary material body, for the service of Krishna. And when he do this, his body becomes spiritual. Maybe he doesn't know, but normal function cannot function like this way, what the devotees work. It's just a spiritual body. That's why we can function this way. It's very clear. It's just a spiritual body. One thing is your nature. You've been born and trained by this nature to work like that way. Or second thing is spiritual thing. How long you can work with your nature? You have to merge or ducktail that thing to spiritual thing. And even if you don't ducktail, Krishna is so merciful. Guru Maharaj is so merciful. Srila Prabhupada is so merciful that nature will be ducktailed in a spiritual thing. And without even our awareness, we function at the spiritual level, and people can see, because devotees are always on the fire. People can see that fire, but we devotees are so humble that they feel that no, I'm not doing enough for Krishna. Uddhava was feeling the same. Uddhava was sakalena jarsham krashta kalena sakalena jarsham krashta. He was pritavadam pritibhuryad. He was completely invalid, but his remembrance of Krishna was increasing day by day. He never. And Prabhupada gave the very important purpose that because Uddhava was trained in a young life, when he was a kid, he was making dolls of Krishna, and he was playing with Krishna's doll. So that was his nature. His family nature has given that opportunity. That that Bhagavad Gita says that, what is that? Athava, what is that? What is Prabhu? What is 642, 43? 641, 42? Was that? No. Krishna says to Arjuna that don't worry. Pathaneva namutra vinashasas vidyate nahi kalyana krit kasyat durgadim tat gacchati. Papra punya kritam lokan ushitva shashvata sama suchinam srimatam grehi yoga prashto bijayate. Then what is the next? Athva yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam etad hi durlabhatam yogi janma yad idrisham. There are two promises of Krishna. Arjuna told that, Krishna, what will happen to the yoga brashta, the person who cannot finish his Krishna consciousness in this life? What's going to happen? Krishna says, don't worry, Tat, don't worry, my son. I'm giving you two answers for this. The unsuccessful transcendentalist who has not finished his bhakti yoga. And you know what is the definition of bhakti yoga who has not finished bhakti yoga? A struggling sadhaka. A struggling sadhaka who has joined Krishna consciousness from 3 or 4 years. He will go to the moon. He will enjoy over there so much things. And then he will come back on the earth planet and will take a birth in a Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe, in the rich family or in the Shuchi, in the Brahman family. And will Tattatam Buddhi Samyogam Labate Purva Dehikam. His old memory will come up and will take to Krishna conscious. That's the destination of sadhaka. But once he has practiced for 30, 40 years, Prabhupada told that. One time the devotee told Prabhupada, how many days it take to finish Krishna consciousness in one life? Prabhupada told 35 years. If you rigorously follow the program. In fact, Prabhupada told one time that once you follow the morning program for 12 years continuously, whatever he will say, it come true. But Prabhupada's words are true. Prabhupada just doesn't speak up. Prabhupada knows what he's talking about. So the person who has practiced Krishna consciousness for 30, 40 years, he is Krishna conscious, he is the beauty of Krishna. Krishna will take you back. Athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam etat hi durlabham taram loke janmayat idrisham. Prabhupada had made us that durlabh. Prabhupada has made us that precious jewels to qualify us to go back to Godhead. And even if we don't go back to Godhead, even if we then Mahaprabhu, that there is a verse in Isha Upanishad where they say, hey Prabhu, if I don't remember you at the time of death, will you please remember me? Because at the time of death is so much pain, maybe I'm not able to remember you. Krishna said, Prabhupada is right in the purport that you don't even have to speak all this thing. Krishna will always keep his promise. So it seems like that Bhakti Yoga is a very hard process. We may not go back to Godhead. And first of all, we should not strive to go back to Godhead. First of all. But Krishna is so, so merciful. Even little service rendered to Krishna, Krishna will never forget. What to talk about putting the saffron for entire life? It's a very high level, Prabhu. And saffron not in a sense dress is very important, but saffron in the level of consciousness also. It's a very high level of consciousness. Prabhupada will definitely keep his promise. Prabhupada told I have a backdoor key. Devotee doesn't want to go back to Godhead. Devotee wants to keep serving Prabhupada for entire life, and that's why he keep his bodily strength strong so he can keep serving. Although he's away from this bodily consciousness, he doesn't need to do all these things. But he's keeping himself strong and strong and strong and strong so he can keep serving. And then Prabhupada comes at the end of the life, okay, time to go back. He'll say, Prabhupada, can you give me few more lives so I can keep serving? That is devotee. Ayendra Prabhu once told that. I don't know, this is a form of reference by Ayendra Prabhu, that one time Krishna come to Prabhupada and told that, now is the time to go back, let's go. Prabhupada started crying that, how can I go back? There's so many people rotting over here. I don't want to go back. What is that verse? Sorry, Prabhu, I haven't prepared anything. Prayana Muniyo, Prayana, what is that Prahlad Maharaj verse, Prabhu? Prayana Deva Muniyo, Swamimukti Kamaha, Maunam Charanti Vijena, Para Arthanishta, Sa Etan Vihaya Kripana, Mamuksha Muksha Eko, Nanyata Dasha Sanam Brahmato Anupashe, Prahlad Maharaj prays that there are so many sages and yogis, as mentioned in this book, in the past, they care for their own deliverance. They go to the Himalayas or secluded place to practice their Nirjan Bhajan. Look at the beauty. There are so many Brajavasis who are doing the Nirjan Bhajan in the Braj. But the devotees come back on the battlefield in the middle of the Chicago city, in the middle of the New York city, the middle of the Los Angeles city, and they preach the message of Krishna consciousness. Look at the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. And they feel that if we do all these things, we'll be degraded. We're not able to go back to God. People feel like that. But devotees say, no, I will jump in the middle of the mud. Make me dirty. There is a great danger of getting mud on the body. When you jump in the mud, there is a great danger of getting mud in the body. But devotee voluntarily jump in the mud of Krishna consciousness. They try to pull the back all, and there is a all danger of casualties over there, and devotee might get casualty. He might have to go to emergency room for getting the effect of, you know what I'm talking about. The effect of Maya is so strong that he might get affected by that. But Krishna protects it so nicely, because it's a war. Prabhupada says it's a war against Maya. It's not a joke out there. When you go for college preaching, when you go for the home preaching, it's a war. It's a war. We think it's easy because it's a routine for every day. But when you preach, when you go for the college program, you're giving the lecture, and one Mataji comes in front of you, oh Prabhu, you're giving such a nice class, can I have your phone number? Boom. Imagine the devotees are working so efficiently in this level. And it's not devotees, of course it's devotees' own strength also, but 99% strength comes from Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Because we are striving so hard to make this mission successful, giving our energy to work hard for Krishna, Krishna will cover the rest. One time Bhakti Tirth Maharaj was leaving the body and Jitendra Prabhu, what is the name of that Maharaj? That the big fat Maharaj in Vrindavan? That Bhakti Vishrama Madhav Maharaj. Bhakti Vishrama Madhav Maharaj. Your friend. The chubby. The coward boy. Yeah. So he once told he was lecturing here in Chicago. One time he told that when Bhakti Tirth Maharaj was leaving the body. Now this is very important to understand. What an amazing statement he made. And Bhakti Vishwamba Madhav Maharaj was in Russia preaching. And Bhakti Tirth Maharaj was in Gita Nagari when the last few days left. And Maharaj was in a complication that whether I should go to Gita Nagari to meet Maharaj or not. And then Maharaj told that I should go to Gita Nagari and I should get some final instruction from Maharaj. So Maharaj flew from Moscow, Russia, leaving all his preaching work just to be with Bhakti Tirth Maharaj in his last days. And he sat in front of Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. Bhakti Tirth Maharaj spoke nothing for 2 days. Third day, he saw Maharaj and spoke, "Oh Maharaj, you are here." And Maharaj said, "Yes Maharaj, I'm here to get your last words. Can you give me last instruction?" Maharaj said, "Keep preaching. Keep doing what you are doing. And even if you're failing, Mahaprabhu will cover the rest." So the meaning is that we try to preach, we try to make the people devotee. Don't get disturbed if the people doesn't become devotee. Mahaprabhu will cover the rest. We did our job, we did our homework. Let the Mahaprabhu decide. But yeah, the fine line is that we have to work sincerely. We can't just take it easy. We have to be strong enough to put our points, to express our philosophy to the people in a genuine, gentle way, and bring them back to Krishna consciousness. And even if they're not coming to Krishna consciousness, the words are transcendental, Shabda Brahman. One word enter the ears, that the train of Krishna consciousness is started. So don't get disturbed if they are not becoming devotee in one life. You did your homework. You preached the Hare Krishna mantra in their ears. That means they are initiated by you. They are already, you are a Vartma Pradaksh Guru. So their train of Krishna consciousness started. They are going to finish. They have no way to go anywhere. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. And that's why devotees are struggling hard to preach so that even one word of Krishna went to the ears of people. That life is over. That soul is going to go back to Godhead. That's inevitable. I was talking with, Dhanakeli Mataji, Pritushava Prabhu. Everybody knows here, right? Maybe you not know, but of course. Dhanakeli Mataji was giving the class one day over here. And I asked Mataji, what is the solution? We are reading so many books and nobody is becoming devotee. And Dhanakeli Mataji looked in my eyes like this. I was right there. And she told me that, Param Karuna, listen. You give a books to the person, or you preach the message of Bhagavad Gita, like college program or something. They are in the train of Krishna consciousness. Bahunam Janmanam Ante, that is Gnanavam, but their life is started. They have to go back to Godhead. Next life, they will meet the devotee on the street doing Sankirtan, and they will join Sankirtan. Next life, other life, they will get prasad. Other life, they will distribute the books. Other life, they will come in the temple. So it's a long chain, but eventually they are going back. And that you are the person who has given him the seed of Krishna consciousness. So giving the seed is very, very, very important. That's why we have to go out of the bodily designation. And even if you don't want to go out, the beauty is that Krishna consciousness will make you out of bodily designation. Because way the devotee are functioning is only possible if we are out of bodily designation. A bodily conscious person cannot function in this way. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be very personal in this class. Like Jitendra Prabhu, 75 years. He can climb the stairs and he can clean the ceilings right now if we say that. He can make the scaffold, everything ready. He will climb, he'll do by his own. Now this is not by the bodily functions. This is beyond the bodily function, whether he knows or not. Sorry, I'm not philosophically too much educated, but I believe in the personal examples and I believe in the personal experiences. And the personal experiences is very important to show, to make the people understand that how devotee function beyond the bodily level. How devotee are completely immersed in the nectar of Krishna consciousness, that they have only one goal, how to serve deities, how to serve the mission of Prabhupada, and how to serve the mission of Guru Maharaj. And that's what we have been taught. And if we are not following that, that means we are missing something. We are not in a true Krishna consciousness. We are just licking the honey bottle from outside. The person who is jumping in the honey bottle is in the fire of Krishna consciousness, and he's not in the bodily conscious function. So even though he is experiencing the weakness and pain in the body, like the purport says that, but he's beyond those designation. His goal is to go out of that pain and how to function. I have seen many devotees in the cancer stage, last stage, they are still preaching, and how it is possible. The more important example is that Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, he was in the last deathbed. He was leaving us, and he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam commentaries. So that's what I want to say. Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rashista ekaki yadachitatma nirashira parigraha suchodesha pratisthapya stiram asanam atmana. Yogi do so many things. They sit straight, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. They have kusha grass, everything is there. But devotee has nothing. They're struggling hard, but still they're chanting every day. Make sure to finish 16 rounds. Struggling with the mind, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adhyatmik. All three. From the people, from the demigods, like cold, from their own bodily, struggling hard. Even after 30 years, devotee says that, oh Prabhu, I feel I'm not chanting properly. I'm not going to go back to Godhead. But Prabhu, Krishna is giving you so much mercy that he is making you feel that you're not chanting properly. Because gopis, although they serve Krishna so much, they feel that we are not serving Krishna properly. But honestly, nobody can come to the level of gopi. Similarly, nobody can come to the level of devotee. Chanting 30 years, 40 years straight off, 16 rounds and doing the service, that itself is an austerity. Forget of other austerities. The yogis try hard to control the sensual desire. But devotee is struggling hard to 10, 16 round also. But that struggle is more than the yogi is controlling hard to control the sex desire. Because that itself, when you start chanting, it's still beyond the sex desire. We are on the Brahma Bhuta platform. That's why we are chanting it. Otherwise, you will not able to chant also. You have to control sex desire mechanically. But because we are chanting at Brahma Bhuta platform, we don't feel that urges. Or even if feel the urge will go away in few minutes or few seconds or few hours, depending upon the service, the mercy of devotees. So yeah, the reason I'm telling all this thing, because we don't have to understand, you guys don't have to underestimate your position. You all are at Brahma Bhuta platform. Otherwise, you're not able to do the service. And our humble begging, including myself, to keep doing this so that at the end of the life, our life is successful. Even if we don't go back to Godhead, at least we are satisfied that we did our homework. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I was not prepared at all. I spoke something. Any questions? Any realization? Prabhu, you want to share, please? Both of you, if you can share realization, that would be great.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for this wonderful experience you have shared. It is true that, as you have said, that as a person ages, he must be fully engaged and his consciousness should be fully focused on remembering Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
And the services generally is the one which help us to focus ourselves in Krishna consciousness. But it is also seen that as the time passes, as the body ages,
Yes, Prabhu.
everybody is not fortunate like Jitendra Prabhu to continue the same zeal of service. The nature of services also change as the time progresses.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that what kind of services which we should think of as the body ages, so that we'll be still focused in Krishna consciousness and not distract ourselves from Krishna consciousness, because now the body is aging, the physical, the way we were previously serving now will not going to continue in the same way.
Right.
So just like as you are doing book distribution, it's wonderful, but slowly we have to change the services again, because the body will not support.
Right.
So what kind of services we should aspire for as the body ages?
It's a very, very deep question. And every devotee after 15 years or 20 years of Krishna conscious will start asking this question, because he worked so hard for last 15 years the body starts showing the symptoms of aging. Two things I want to share, Prabhu, and I'll share my live experiences, okay? Tesham shatatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayandite. So, tesham eva anuam kartham aham agyami javanatama nashami atma bhavashta gnani nidipena bhavata. These two words are very, very important for me in my life. Krishna is not impersonal. Krishna is very personal. Moment you see that you are sincere in serving Krishna, in serving Srila Prabhupada mission, not even him, in serving Prabhupada mission, he will give you intelligence how to proceed with your next level of life. He will interfere you. That's the first thing. I'll keep it very generic at this point. Second thing, I asked this question before a week to Shankarshan Maharaj. And Shankarshan Maharaj's wife, Guru Mata, he answered me very important thing. Very importantly, he answered me one thing. That Param Karuna, when you age, you're not going to do this service, as you mentioned. But there's one thing is common in all devotees. Chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You work so hard for the mission, this is a word. You work so hard at the mission, at the same time, you take care of your chanting so nicely that when everything is taken up from you, your one thing is still going on. Chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Nobody can take that from you. And even if the chanting is gone, Krishna Tvadiyapada Pankaja Panjarantam Adya Eva Mimishato Manasa Raja Hamsha Prana Pranayana Shramaye Kapavata Pitto Kantha Avarodhan Vido Smaranam Kutaste. King Kulashekara, very important prayers. We all know this prayer. He's praying that when I'm dying, my voice will choke up. I will have the fever in the body of 115 degrees. The 10,000 scorpions will bite me. That pain will be there. How am I going to survive? How am I going to remember you? But, as I mentioned in the class, Krishna is so personal. Krishna will come to you and he will guide you at that time also. I have a personal example. When my dad was leaving the body, he was in a coma before 2 years. He was in a hospital in London. And Guru Maharaj, he was not even responding to anyone, Prabhu. He is an initiated disciple of Guru Maharaj. He was not responding to anyone. And when Guru Maharaj came on the video call, he jumped from the bed to see my Guru Maharaj. How it is possible? A dead body was coming up from the bed to see the Guru. And there were pipes in the body. You have seen your Vabi, all the ventilator and the pipes. Nobody can move in that situation. Before a few days you've gone through the situation. You've seen your Bhabi going through that. Sorry to make it personal. Nobody can, because I want to experience with how the body, nobody can move also. That there is a dialysis over here, there is a ventilator over here, there is a medications going on here. He cannot even move, he cannot even do like this. He's in coma, he cannot even see like this. He got up from the bed. Guru Maharaj and Krishna will come to you at the end of the life. This is not a joke. This is not a mechanical process. This is a spiritual 100% process. They will cover it for you, Prabhu. Because you work hard for 30, 40 years and sincerely trying to do that, Krishna will cover it for you. There is no doubt. Although I am not at that level, but I have faith on that. I have seen the people going through that phase and I'm very sure Krishna will cover it up. Krishna will give you intelligence to do your service according to your bodily level needs. For example, Parmeshwar Prabhu is a book distributor from 35 years. He distributed 1 million books, a disciple of Param Pujya Radhanath Maharaj, a staunch, heavy army man. He was so strong in his body. He did triathlon. You know triathlon? Triathlon means it's more than marathon. They run for 10 miles, 15, 20 miles. Then they swim for 20, 30 miles. And they do biking for 20 miles. That's a triathlon. He's so powerful. His body is getting old, 62, 63. You know, Krishna has given him very nice opportunity. He stays in the Grand Canyon. He's distributing like 7 to 8 cases every day, which he was not even doing when he was strong. I have seen when you get old, Krishna will cover your services. So rest assured, Prabhu, you're more sincere than anyone else. We can see very grave, very strong personality. I can see you. Krishna will cover it. Krishna. Prabhu, you want to share your experiences? Something? You want to experience something? You want to share something?
Jitendra Prabhu, you want to share something before we share something? For example, Jitendra Prabhu, he's 75, he's still doing it.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very wonderful class on how we can serve and Krishna will take care, and at the same time how we take care of the challenges which come forth in a sadhaka's life. And when we do that, then ultimately Krishna's remembrance will come. Just remembering how Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said that our Yuga Dharma is Kirtanam. Kirtanam can include preaching, it can include holy name and everything. And he writes in the song Dushtaman, he writes that Kirtana Prabhave Smarana Hoibe. He says that by the Prabhava, by the force of that Kirtan, Smaran will automatically come. So that is the beauty of serving, and you have served for so many years. You have worked hard for so many years, and Krishna is giving you such beautiful realizations of that service. Thank you.
As Prabhu mentioned, Kirtanan, the Swaranam will come. Even if you do Kirtan mechanically, now this is the beauty. You don't know what you're doing. Krishna is so personal, he will interfere you. Even if you're doing in a hatred, I hate you, Krishna. Nobody's taking books. I hate you, Krishna. I'm going for college preaching. Nobody's making devotee. They're humiliating me. I'm not good for America. I'm not good for anything. Krishna will interfere you. He's smiling at you that how my devotee is struggling hard. He's smiling at us and he will interfere us. At the end of the day, he'll come beta, let's go. I said, no, Krishna. Swamin kritarto asmin varam nayache. I don't want anything, Krishna. I just need one thing. Let me keep serving you for 10 minutes more life. Then let me keep serving you. Just go back. I don't want you. Where is Prabhupada? Who are you? I even don't know you. Where is Prabhupada? One devotee, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, he's dying. He was dying before a few weeks. He's a scientist in ISKCON. And he's a kidney failure. Two kidney fail, chronic kidney failure. But his remembrance of Krishna has never... He was not even in a position to remember Krishna at that time. And he used a very bad word at that time. He was not in a mental consciousness. He used something very bad word. I don't want this, doctors. But Krishna made it. He was still remembering Krishna. So don't think that Maya will not attack us. Till we die. Krama krodha vyuktanam itinam chetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate. We are not qualified to go back Godhead. Krishna is making us. At the end of the life also we are not go back to qualified. I am not talking about other people. I am talking about myself. But Krishna, I am telling you, again stressing one point, Krishna is so merciful. He will cover everything. You know why? We served him nicely. So, your chanting will work, Prabhu. The Guru Mataji told me, the chanting will work and chanting will help us. Anything else? Bhagavatam. Mahapuran ki jai. Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Vancha kalpataru bhaksha kripa shindepe vacha patitanam pavanepyo. Vaishnavepyo namo.